Garth Riley focuses on teaching people how to expand their potential. For the last 7 years, he's enjoyed an expanding role in the media as a popular radio and television talk show host in the Greater Toronto area. And he's going to talk to us about the face factor. So please welcome Garth Riley.
Where's that mic guy when I need him? Wait a minute, it's all right, brother. It's okay. This thing called face factor. What is it all about? Well, I learned about it. We created it. Jennifer, if you don't mind standing up as my business partner, Jennifer Adamson. There we are. And what happened was this idea came from me interviewing a guest of mine. So I met this gentleman by the name of Herman Mueller. He came on my show. He was a giant of a man. He was 5'5". You know, he was really young, 68 years old. And he came into the studio, and by this time I'd done about 350 shows. And he came into the studio and immediately looked at the youth that were working on at the Rogers studio. He immediately looked at them and instantly recognized something about them that there's no way he could have known because he's never met them before. The face, the forehead, the eyes, the nose, etc. And he'd say, I could tell by looking at this is what it tells me. And it's based on the science of psychosomatic, which is psyche, soma, therapy. And it was amazing because the youth were so hungry for it. They were hungry to be seen, not for what we needed them to be, but what they really were. Now, for those of us that are entrepreneurs here and have our own business, when you're sitting across from a client, I don't know about you, but I'd like to either figure out if I can do business or if I can't do business. Because the one thing I don't have a whole lot left of, I think of, is when I look at, the age thing, is time. I mean, I don't think I'm going to live to 106. I just don't think it's going to happen. So my point is, I get an opportunity to say, can I do business with this person or not? We just decided to do business with a company really recently, Jennifer and I, based upon one thing. This guy was talking to us, and I liked what I saw, and at the end of him I said, okay, I agreed to work for your company. He said, pardon? I said, yeah. I said, I trust what you're saying because you have this structure of your face, and I understand what that means to me, is that you have the capacity to do this work, and you're a very steady person, because I can tell by the chin line. And he looked at me as most scared. I mean, that's a reverse interview, right? And he says to me, you're right. And then his assistant, I said, and you're perfect for the job. Because I can tell by the overall face shape here that you are actually going to be great at being a great mediator to make things go. And she said to me, how do you know that's what I've done before? Instantly I was able to make an assessment and make not a judgment, but have an understanding, and I could move on or kick it to the curb. Right? How much time do we spend doing this all the time? Trying to finally wait till a life experience comes up to realize, oh, they were what they were. But you kept wanting to be what you needed them to be. So what I want to do right now for you is just give you a little insight, and I brought something for you. It'll take me 3 minutes to do it, and then we're done, and then my time is spent with you, and then hopefully you'll learn something. But what I want you to take from this moments after I'm done is to finally try and look at somebody in a brand new way. We have been in front of 35,000 children. We have a program called the Sticks and Stones May Break My Bones Bullying Diffusing Program, which is designed to help kids learn to have some inner strength inside of themselves when the bully comes to them with verbal abuse. And we have been received as a major success, and we do what I'm about to show you in front of 350 kids at a time, and it's always amazing to watch them. They're so interested, and they're so interactive. Now, I know I'm talking to a seasoned audience here, which means that you probably, are jaded and don't want to play along, but I'm going to center you out just like I would do, because I'm used to dealing with kids. 350 kids are like, I want to play, man, and then the adults are on the side. I would play, but I'm an adult. So we're going to say to you, you've got a card right there, and we've created these. These are nice little cheat sheets. By the way, there's people that have been here, that have been to some of the courses we teach, and I just want you to know that we love having you there. It's been great we talk about each other, and after that, you never look at anybody's forehead the same way. Okay, when you look at the first one to the left, it's called the fast back. And the fast back is, and if you look up front for a moment, I'll just show you, is this area here from the bridge of the nose to the top of the forehead where the hair begins, which in this case is my shoulders, but in this case, but at this point, it goes from here right up to here, and that area is called intellect and creativity. And when there's so we're just going to talk about foreheads. That is the intellect and creativity zone. By the way, I'll give you the other two zones. From this part here to the bottom of the nose is called the emotional and the capacity to do the work zone. And then down here is the physical zone. But we're only going to do foreheads right now because it's going to be kind of cool, right? Now the fast back forehead, as it says right there, that person usually wants information in bullet points. Now, if you're a straight up forehead, which is the one next to it, you're a person that likes information, and you're going to continue to love information. Your biggest mistake will be when you see a fastback, and they say, I've got it, you say, how can you possibly have it? I studied this I studied the whole internet. In fact, I'll have the internet done by Tuesday night. And the whole thing is, and then the fastback is saying, thanks for the information, I just got to go. How many times have we had those come in? How can you possibly have it? I studied forever. Well, you're a straight up forehead, you would do that. And the fastback is not going to stick around because they just like zoom, 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 they gotta go, right? And then there's the rounded forehead. And there's a little bit more to the details of the rounded forehead, but the more rounded the forehead it is, there's the capacity for good memory capacity. It's kind of like in an extra room, like a renovation, right? Now, my daughters and my family are all the same way, so here's how we get you to do it, and we're going to get it done, and then I'll say goodbye to you, and this is what we're going to do. We have strategically designed these cards. Jennifer, if I could borrow you for a moment. We have strategically created these cards. They're scientifically designed, because this is going to allow you to figure out what you're looking at. What you're going to do is have the person you're sitting beside right now face you, and then you're going to look at them in profile, and you're going to take the card, and you're going to insert it in their forehead. Insert it in their forehead. That was the joke. Alright. And so what you're going to do is you're going to get it to stand straight up. And so we can see with Jennifer, turn sideways a little more to the audience, we can see that with Jennifer, a little bit of information that is a little more straight, and then after that it goes back. So that means she's a combo pack, number one, and that is that she actually likes to get information, but then also can get moving as she gets the information. Now you're sitting beside somebody, I noticed that. Most of you brought your foreheads, it's good to see. So here's the deal. Just for a second, one of you is going to agree to stand in the profile position while the other person is going to insert the card and to see what kind of forehead they have. Just line it up like that. Alright, go ahead and I'll bring you back in 30 seconds and I'll say goodbye. Come on now. You got to go on the profile. You got to see them from the side view. Make sure their head is level. Yeah, Mr. Hang on a second. Can I tell you something right now? Ladies and gentlemen, our sound engineer here, who I called Larry at one time, he had this question. And he wants more information. Now, can you hear the buzz? Can you hear the buzz in the room? When was the last time that you took this time to actually look to seek to understand something about somebody? Now you've given this interesting little tool. And you know what? Let's assume for a moment that it's not correct. It is an honor to take an extra moment or two to actually look at somebody to try and understand them. Now let me tell you this. I understand this is correct. It's been liberating for my family. It's been liberating for our business. It's been liberating for thousands of kids that we've been in front of. It's been liberating for the hundreds of people we've taught. So there's so much more. The nose tells the story, the eyes, the ears, the color of the eyes, the way you wear your hair. I know some people are going to be upset with it. This is probably a vital tool that makes you interested in your person that you're standing across from. And you know what? There's no bigger honor than when you take the time to recognize somebody versus try and do something to them, right? So, thank you for your time.
So, thank you, Garth. Now, we do have a presentation for Garth. We do. Part of the money from the ticket sales this evening was to go to Garth's program, the Sticks and Stones Bully program that he was talking about. So we're very pleased to be able to give Garth a check. It's for $75, Garth, and we hope that that will help you.
It'll help with the printing cost. Thank you.
I just want to know so you can put whatever you want.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much.